Hey, Tulsi, here's another labyrinth life story for the Illuminati while they're here plucking all the memories out of my mind because they're just so unbelievably unbelievable, aren't they? This story is about a time when I was in high school, and we had a walkout, is what we called it, right? We all walked out of class and terrorized the entire campus. I may or may not have been involved. Actually, I wasn't that involved in setting all that up. My friend Momo uh, from Palestine, next to Israel, he was literally from there. He's the one that set it all up. But, anyways, so we walked out of class after passing notes around and having the set time and everything. And we started, breaking windows and throwing trash cans through windows and just basically terrorized the entire campus. Right, all the students did. And well, we all got rounded up after it was all said and done. I mean, we really did enough. It was because a dress code. The reason we did this is because they were about to implement a dress code, and we wanted to let them know that we didn't want the dress code. It was a we were protesting, right? I mean, the protest got a little bit out of hand. So they were about to implement this dress code. So we all walk out of class and basically started a riot. The entire campus did. Okay, and it went. Everybody went nuts. We had school cops. There was a lot of gangs and stuff in my school. So we had a police department in the school, and it is the second. It's Alvin, Texas, so it's the second largest school, high school in Texas as far as the size of it. Not the population, but the size. So it's a huge campus. I mean, we had like 8-9 minutes between classes to get from one class to the other class. Well, the police department. I remember we're running around, and I remember officer, we called him Schwinfag, but his name was Schwanback. He was riding along on his bicycle trying to catch somebody, and one of my other friends, Daniel Click, threw a stick into his spokes, and he did a flip. It was freaking hilarious. So Officer Schwinfag does a flip on his bicycle, right? And we all get rounded up finally. And they take us into this hallway, right? And they start issuing us. They're walking. There's like 500 of us in there, and they're walking up and down the hall issuing citations for inciting a riot. Is what the ticket was going to be for. Well, I'm sitting there, right? And I look over next to me to the guy next to me, and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, tell that cop right there's something wrong with me." And right about that time, I just held my breath and just made my face real red, and like pale or what? I mean, red and pale, kind of whatever you want to call it. And I faked a seizure, right? So he tells the cop his name was Officer Hubbard. He's a black cop, Officer Hubbard. Right, Tulsi Gabbard. So Officer Hubbard comes up to me and says, "Hey, what's wrong with you, man?" And I said, I was trying to get to the nurse's station when all this chaos broke out, and because I took some medicine this morning." And he said, "Well, did you eat anything?" And I said, "No, I didn't eat anything." He said, Go to the nurse's office then." So I went to the nurse's office. And I got out of the citation that was about to be written to me. Everybody else involved got the citation. So I get to the nurse's office. I call my mom. I say, "Hey, Mom, come pick me up. Hurry up." So she comes to the school and picks me up. She says, "What the hell happened? I heard it on the police scanner." She used to listen to the police scanner anytime I'd go out, okay, all day. She has a police scanner at the house. We used to listen to it. So if I would go out partying, I would get a phone call from my mom, and she would tell me, "Hey, the cops are coming. Get the hell out of there." So me and my little crew would always sneak off before the cops showed up. Or I would tell the people throwing the party to shut everything down and get real quiet, and the cops would show up, and there wouldn't be anything going on. These are all true stories. So I got out of that inciting a riot. Now, the way that this applies, media, you see the correlation there, media? How y'all are inciting a riot right now? And your oracle that you used and tortured, your precog, the one I said it's really a bad idea, you know, the one that set up the purse trick where President Trump was collaborating with Nazis, the Louis Vuitton, you know that one, media, where y'all failed to mention that in the media because you're all one big Borg that's running a big satanic transhumanist mind hive scheme right now to conquer the country with globalist technology there, media, and President Trump. How come the media didn't mention that he was collaborating with Nazis down there when he went and cut the ribbon at the Louis Vuitton, the purse trick? Go watch that video on my channel about the purse trick. This is just another example, media, of why you shouldn't have tortured the precog that you use. You see how that backfires and how that cyanide plant and them 2 German-made centrifuges and all that's in play now? You see that? You remember in American Made where the CIA got Tom Cruise into dealing cocaine and then the Pentagon got him out at the end? Like I said, there's 2 generals at DOD that knows exactly what's going on in a USAP. Okay, media? Now, if you don't get your fucking Illuminati whatever technology you're using out of my life, remember in Pinky and the Brain? Brain said, we're just using them as stepping stones for our bloodlust for power, Pinky. Well, it's funny they call your technology, media, stones, the 2 of them that are working in unison to divide and conquer. By the way, media, them 2 towers that were hit on emergency 911 are those 2 stones, okay? And that building number 7 that imploded is the 7 dwarfs that y'all operate off of, okay? See, I was the 8th dwarf, right? I'm attached to some stuff that y'all just aren't aware of. And it ran circles around you. Pick the world up and drop it on your fucking head, media, okay? Don't forget where you got this technology, all of you. It came from the cosmos. The entities that built the pyramids gave you this technology. It's all in the game of pool. That cube ball drives all the other balls around the table. And that quantum technology, the last ball left is the 8 ball, the infinity ball, right? That 8 is an infinity. And that technology that you're using to destroy America, don't forget that it came from the cosmos. And it can hack the technology that it gave you. Just like in Pinky and the Brain, where the alien was talking with the briefcase in his hand, talking to Bugs Bunny, right? And it was right after he said, where are we going to get a pilot? And the other character said, let's roll. Remember on 9/11, the guy on the plane said, let's roll. Then George Bush said, let's roll. And then that alien is talking to Bugs Bunny, and he says, don't call me, I'll call you. When Pinky and the Brain's thrown into their conversation, 911 is a phone call. All of this was forecasted in Pinky and the Brain, okay? Don't forget where you got that technology, media. And remember, when y'all were surprised when Trump won, right? Remember that? How surprised you were because you already knew it was rigged in Hillary's favor? Well, the entity that gave you the technology that election meddles and rigs every election, media, transhumanist cult, can be hacked by the cosmos who gave you the technology in the first place. Now, this story about the riot at my high school, along with the purse trick and all of that labyrinth, where the Illuminati shows up and sucks all the information out of your brain because you are a cog and you're communicating with the cosmos, don't shoot the fucking messenger. 9/11, emergency, DARPA. Where did my migraines go, DARPA? Remember that? When y'all pumped me full of that shit when I joined the Army? Yeah. They're trying to remove the God gene. Anybody that has a connection to God is attacked by this technology that they've come out with. Electromagnetic weapons that clones your mind and turns you into a meat suit like the media is. Okay? And it's also nanotechnology, fusion GPS, artificial intelligence, and quantum AI. And they're using it to remove free will from man. That's the dominoes video. Y'all went left. When you go left, you're removing free will. You think Satan wasn't going to have a problem with that? That removes any prospects of him being able to take somebody's soul if they're born without a soul. You see why the cosmos stepped in here? and how all of this just makes a whole lot of sense, okay, there, media, and how Tulsi Gabbard is literally about to break all of your necks. You can take that to the bank, there, media. One thing that I need to add to that is my friend Momo. He used to be the high school drug dealer. Literally, swear to God, okay? He was Muslim. He was the high school drug dealer. And believe this or not, he's a good friend of mine. He's a really great guy. I mean, we were all doing stupid shit in high school. But he's a Republican, and he's a Muslim. I just thought I'd throw that in there.